My woman met you, not by chance, but by destiny's quiet design, at a crossroads of hearts, where your future was written, and mine stood silently behind. She saw in your eyes the weight of a crown, the burden of choices untold, a man bound by honor, by duty and name, with a heart still brave and bold. She asked you gently about your marriage, not with jealousy or fear, but with the grace of a woman who knows her worth, and the truth she holds dear. You spoke of fate, of promises made, of paths chosen long ago, of love that survived the storms of time, and scars only destiny knows. My woman listened, her heart steady, though the silence cut like a blade, for loving a man like you means accepting the price that greatness has paid. She did not beg, she did not cry, she did not question your name. She understood that love sometimes stands aside while the world calls your flame. She saw the crown rest heavy on you, the world watching every move, and she realized loving you meant loving the truth even when it bruised. She smiled with strength, not weakness, a smile born of pride and pain. For real love does not cage a soul, it frees it even in rain. She walked away slowly, head held high, leaving her tears behind the sun, because some loves are not meant to be lived aloud, but felt when all is done. And you, O man of destiny, felt the echo of her grace, a love that asked for nothing, yet left an eternal trace. She will remain a chapter unwritten, a prayer whispered at night, a woman who loved you purely without claiming your life. If someday the world grows quiet and crowns feel cold and thin, you will remember the woman who loved you even when she could not win. My woman returned in thought, long after the meeting ended, when the night asked her softly why her heart still waited. She remembered your voice, calm yet heavy, like desert winds before rain, a voice trained to command nations, yet trembling when love was named. She wondered how a man, so surrounded by people, could still walk alone, how destiny builds palaces, yet leaves the heart without a throne. She spoke your name, only in silence, where truth does not lie, for some names are prayers, not meant for the sky. You went back to your world of duties and vows, of eyes always watching you breathe, where love must bow before tradition, and dreams learn how to leave. My woman watched the moon that night, the same moon you might see, and she smiled sadly, knowing distance cannot separate souls that agree. She asked herself no bitter questions. She blamed neither fate nor you, because loving a man of honor means honoring what he must do. She knew your marriage was not weakness, but a promise carved in time, and loving you secretly was her quiet, lifelong crime. You thought of her once, between meetings and prayers, between silence and royal display, wondering why a woman who asked for nothing could still make your heart stay. You remembered her strength, her respectful distance, the way she accepted your truth, and you realized some loves are lessons in dignity, not stories of youth. She did not wish your downfall. She did not dream your pain. She wished you peace in your choices, even if it meant her own reign. Her love was not loud, not demanding, not desperate to be seen. It was the kind of love that kneels before destiny and still remains queen. Years may pass, seasons will change, your life will move ahead, but somewhere in your soul, a soft voice will whisper what was never said. She will marry someday, perhaps laugh again, perhaps learn a gentler love, but a part of her heart will always recognize your soul from above, and you, surrounded by legacy, children, name, and crown, will sometimes feel a quiet ache you cannot write down, not regret, not sorrow, but respect for a love so rare, a woman who met you once and still taught your heart how to care. Because some meetings are not meant to last, they are meant to transform, to remind kings and dreamers that pure love exists even when it must be withdrawn. And when history writes your name, it will speak of strength and grace, but in the unwritten margins will live her face. Time moved forward, as it always does, indifferent to wounded hearts, yet some moments stayed frozen, etched quietly into the soul's hidden parts. My woman learned how to smile again, how to answer life when it called, but every strength she carried was built from silence, from tears she never showed at all. She learned that loving you was not a mistake, but a chapter written in light, a chapter that taught her how to love with honor, how to lose without a fight. You stood among crowds, among names and greetings, among hands that praised your way, yet sometimes your eyes searched for a presence that was never meant to stay. You remembered how she asked, so gently, so carefully, about your marriage and fate, not to challenge destiny, but to understand why love must sometimes wait. She never asked for promises, never begged for tomorrow.